Okay, so I was sitting in my car and I was just kind of reflecting back on this year, on how this was my very first full year of sticking to a business model for over a year, right? And thinking back on it, like the years you go through is almost similar like when you're back in high school, right? Like for example, your freshman year of entrepreneurship, it's your first year. You're just simply trying to figure out what the fuck, how everything works. With your freshman year of high school, you're just trying to figure out how to get to classes on time. You're simply trying to, just survive, right? And that's the thing with your first year in entrepreneurship. You're just simply trying to fucking survive your first year. Like, you're just understanding on how your business model works. You're going to be losing money. You're going to, have all these challenges that you go through this whole year. And, by the end of it, it starts clicking. It starts making sense. But you need this first year of kind of just failing, trying shit out, like building your filter for bullshit information. Like with the drop shipping, there's so much bullshit information nowadays, right? And there's gurus selling your courses and all of this. And your first year of this, you're just filtering out what information is good, what information is bad. And you see all these people doing big numbers and you're just still in your first year. You're just trying to figure out how everything works. You're still trying to figure out how to fucking make a Shopify store, right? And then, at the end of the first year, you understand how everything works. You tested a lot of products. You have a good foundation. And so now your second year comes. And with your second year, you understand what limits you can break and what rules you're able to break and kind of mitigate to get a better result, if that makes sense. Like when you start getting into your second year of high school, your sophomore year, you start maybe you start ditching classes. You start, maybe not paying attention to class because you understand it. You start arriving to class. You get the groove down in your second year. And that's the same way with business. Of course, you're not fucking ditching your business, but what I mean by ditching is you understand what needs to improve on. You understand what you're able to bend. You understand what rules you're able to break. And you just overall understand. You have this foundation of information that you built this whole year, and so now you're able to kind of iterate off of it. You're able to change off of it, and you're able just to mix and match and actually start having a science experiment because you built this foundation your first year. And looking back on it, like a lot of people see, for example, people do 100K days, 20K days, even 10K a day, right? Like, even though that's the basic level, it's probably 1 to 10Ks, you're still level 1 at dropshipping. And people see these people, they're like, wow, I really want to hit there, but they're still in their freshman year of high school, and these guys are in their sophomore, junior, senior years of Ecom, or junior year of high school, which is the metaphor we're going with. And looking back is that since you just completed, now you know what to look forward to. You know what the next year comes because you went through all this trial and error. So now you're able to fix your shit, understand the groove of business, and starts being a fucking demon for the rest of the years, And the sad thing is people quit before they're able to get that. Like, they're not consistent enough, and then they get back into it, and they're like, fuck, I'm in the same spot that I left off of. But and the people that did stay consistent for the year, they grew. They became a better person. They went through all these different challenges that made them to a person that's able to hit 10K, 20K, 30K days because they went through everything they needed to get to that level, right? And it's cool because it also develops you as a person when you're going through this. Now, a lot of people, they simply are not built out for business because they don't know how to persevere through difficulties. They can't handle failures correctly. They take failures too hard and they don't actually learn from it, but they quit, And you see, the people that actually do persevere through it, that go through the struggle, keep going, they're going to have a better second year than anyone else that didn't. And they're the ones that see the fruit of their labor. I was listening to this podcast the other day, and it was more about monk-like discipline, right? I think it was by Sam Ovens, I believe, right? I think he's the co-founder of School. But he's talking about that what it actually takes to win is sacrifice. And can easily tell if someone isn't willing to sacrifice that they're not going to win, because they're not able to sacrifice something to get this win, right? Because like, it's at the end of the day, it's all about your focus, right? Like the person that's driving that Lamborghini compared to the person that's driving that Nissan Altima is the guy in the Lamborghini is simply able to focus a lot more, or they were able to focus to get that point, compared to the guy in the Nissan Altima. They weren't able to control their focus, and they weren't able to harness it into one thing that they're able to profit off, right? Just like how entrepreneurs, we have to learn how to channel our focus into the craft they're doing to get the best output. Like, I can't imagine like people nowadays, like there's so much distractions, right? It's the easiest time to make money nowadays, but it's also the most distraction that we ever had, ever in history. And so that's kind of the outweigh. Now, people that are always distracted by like your phone or like your computer, your notifications popping off, you're texting a girl, or, these dopamines they're flying in the air. And the person that doesn't know how to control it often is the person that's not going to make a lot of money, because they're not able to focus on their work, right? But the person that's able to turn everything off and just focus and just have that tunnel-like vision on their work, get it done, focus work, no distractions, they're gonna progress a lot faster than someone that isn't, right? Like, I think that's all common sense, right? And I feel like it's harder just being an ordinary person with all these distractions than someone that's dedicated to their craft with no distractions, because their mind is clutter free. They don't have all these external forces pulling at them to do something. For example, like you want to go eat a candy bar all of a sudden during the day. So what you get in your car, you drive, go get a candy bar, and you do it until it satisfies that hunger. And that oftentimes removes your groove, keeps you distracted. Like, you want to, for example, go grab a snack of chips during a work session. That completely removes your distraction again. And so thinking about it, like your first year business, you're just overcoming this. This is why it's so hard your first year, because you have all these limiting beliefs that you have to overcome, and all these distractions and all these like external forces that you simply need to get rid of, in order to progress and hit your goals. And the people that hit their goals faster is able to remove these external forces compared to some that aren't, right? And you see, that's all it is about it. It's simply improving yourself and improving on how you're able to actually get work done and how much work you can get done. And and then of course you progress, and you start seeing the fruits of your labor, because of course at the start it's the hardest, but as soon as you start progressing up the ladder of business, you're equipped with a lot better stuff. For example, like I've talked about this in another video, but like when you first start, you have a stick against a bear. But when you get your first year, second year business, now you start getting your armor and your sword and your fucking horse against the bear. So it's very easy to overcome that problem, right? Compared when you just had a stick. So overall, problems do get bigger, but you grow as a person and you advance every single step of the way. And so that's why I feel like the barrier to entry into business is hard, but as soon as you get through it, it's going to be the best decision of your life. Anyways, thank you guys for joining this sit down talk, and I'm rooting for you boys, and ciao.